Hello, Aries. Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a bonus read, Aries. I just want to say thank you so much for 60,000 subscribers. I appreciate you. What a beautiful milestone that I get to share with you. So I'm here to do a bonus read, which is a thank you. I thank you so much for all the ways you've been living on this channel lately. I really do appreciate you so much. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's take a look at some tarot, find out what's going on. Now, when I do these bonus reads, if you've been here before, if you're my ride or die, you know that I read for the current or the future energy. I'm not looking at anything back there. This is not going to be a past relationship type reading. This is all onward and upward for 2025. That's what we're doing. So this is still a general reading. Maybe it resonates today. Maybe it doesn't resonate for a year, right? Take it as it does resonate for you at the time I'm throwing the cards here. Can't resonate for everyone. All right. Oh, okay. Here we go. We've got the 10 of Wands, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the 5 of Cups, and look at that, exactly the amount of cards that I needed to fell out. Well, isn't that interesting? All right, Aries, what I want to say before we get started is don't forget that private readings are open. Please look in the pinned comment. All right, so you know what? I feel like you're becoming unstuck. That's what it feels like. It feels like you are beginning to see movement or have movement. And for some of you, it's financial. I feel like if you've been feeling stuck financially, I feel like you're about to experience what is at the end of the rainbow. There is a lot of abundance coming here. And I want to say it's because you remained diligent on the path, loyal, truthful, did the right thing. You're being rewarded, it feels like, from your source, from the universe, because you have overcome some things in this last cycle, whatever cycle it was that you were in. And it feels like you've really done your part of doing some healing. Now, for some of you, that's going to be mental health or it's going to be physical health, right? The Queen of Pentacles is stable. Mental health, physical health, taking care of their money, right? So maybe you're planting gardens, maybe you're taking better care of your health, eating better food. So I feel like it's, for some of you, it could be that, but also the 5 of Cups is here. I think for some of you, you've been fighting some sort of emotional demons that I feel that that you've been releasing regrets from the past. And the way that you've been doing that is by going over it logically and practically. I feel like what you're trying not to do is to get really into your emotions. And so it feels like with this Hierophant energy that you're learning lessons. I really love it. You're learning lessons about taking care of your finances, taking care of your physical health, possibly. You're learning about how to not be so upset about whatever's happening in the present moment, because the present moment will change. It's always like that. Everything changes. And I think sometimes that with this Taurus energy, the energy that I'm getting from this Hierophant energy is that you think that you know how the story goes. It feels like you, because you are the leader, right? You are the first, right? And so being Aries. And so I feel like you think you know how the story's supposed to go. And so you start to find a way to make, what am I trying to say? To complete the ending. I feel like you're like, if it doesn't stay on track the way I want it to stay on track, then it feels like a loss to you. But I feel like these are the lessons that you're learning. And you might be learning that because Virgo is not Virgo, but Venus is retrograding in your sign right now. And it's an uncomfortable place for Venus to be. And so it does feel like things are being dredged up from the bottom. I want to say things that were, it feels like, when you're, right now what I'm seeing, I'll tell you what Charlie is showing me. I have clairvoyance with my guide, and he's showing me like when I was a kid and I put on those goggles and I go in the lake, and then I would be swimming around the lake. You couldn't really see much because people are running around in the sand that's in the lake. And so it's like dredging up all of this sand and you can't really see where you're going, but you know that you're on a path and you've got to get from here to there. It feels like the Hierophant energy is telling me that you're learning lessons, although you were in the muddy waters. And it feels like the 5 of Cups might have been the muddy waters, that maybe you thought, okay, well, this is the way the story goes then. But I'm going to say all of a sudden you started to realize as you were learning lessons that with patience, times change, right? things will change. We do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is really lovely because you're about to go through some sort of expansion. So at the end of the month, there is an eclipse, a partial solar eclipse in your sign. And that is when Venus is going to move back into Pisces and is going to let go of you for a little bit. I feel like there is going to be some sort of rush of divine energy coming for you here, and it's going to dislodge you from the place where you've been feeling stuck. I think for some of you, you've been bound to tradition, that maybe you've been feeling like, well, okay, well, my parents did it this way, I should do it this way. I feel like you are going to realize that is not necessarily the truth, that your path is specific to you. And although the Hierophant is about tradition, maybe that's what's kept you stuck, because you didn't want to veer off the path and do your own thing. With the Wheel of Fortune and Temperance here, it makes me feel like there is something really fortunate, healing, and beautiful that is showing up here, but your life is about to take a drastic change. Big changes here, and it's supposed to be here. I want to say there might be somebody coming to see you, or might give you something, or offer you some sort of reciprocal energy in the future. And it feels like this person is somebody who is showing up because you have maybe manifested them. The Wheel of Fortune being here tells me that there is, like I said, this is divine change, expansion. Things are moving forward in a very fortunate way, moving forward toward temperance, which is a moment of alchemy. So there is a moment here where you're going to have some sort of a realization. We can see that this card here, that this person has, all of a sudden they're powering up. It's like, I've been stuck, but now all of a sudden the power is going to the crown chakra. The Hierophant also has on a hat that is like, I feel like that's like crown chakra for the Hierophant. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. I feel like there are some big changes in finance, big changes in your home life, big changes in your health. It feels like there's, you're going to find out what is at the end of the rainbow. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is bringing you a lot of abundance, but it's going to be in many different forms. It's not just money, because Pentacles are energy. There you've closed a chapter. I love it. So you've closed a chapter and you've brought something full circle. You've learned some sort of really deep and important lesson that has brought you to a full circle place. And I feel like it had to get you back on track, or back in alignment, it feels like. We do have the Hermit energy. I kind of love that too, because that is not only, the fixing the health, that's not only the outer stuff, but the Hermit is the inner stuff. It's the inner workings. It's the self-audit. So you've been going through some sort of really deep self-audit. Maybe you've been spending some time by yourself. Tell me what else we've got here. And we've got the Three of Pentacles. So you've really been working hard. It feels like, excuse me, that you've really been working hard on you while you've been in this Hermit energy. And, Hermit energy doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to a cabin in the woods and be by yourself, right? You could just be spending a lot of time, maybe you're doing a lot of walking and thinking and being by yourself in that respect. But I feel like this Hermit energy is telling me that you have found your light, and that it's time to let something go. You can see there's a full moon in the background. Just going to say there's a full moon coming up on the 14th. Full moon in Virgo. And Virgo is all about alignment, all about cleaning out the closets, cleaning out the things that I no longer need, getting the relationships out that I no longer need. So it feels like you've come to a realization within the Hermit energy here about who is my community? Who are the people I can trust? Who has my back, right? This is collaboration, cooperation. Who has my back? Who can I really trust? Who's solid, right? This is Pentacle energy. Who's really solid with me? Who is the person I can trust? Who's really honest? Who is the person the people that I want to keep in my life? Tell me about these lessons you've learned. Is the Hierophant energy, Aries. We've got the Knight of Wands. We've got the Queen of Swords in the reverse. And we've got the Seven of Wands. Yeah, you're just going to have to be really straight with some people. It feels like this is something that's coming really soon, and I don't think people are going to expect it of you. But I feel as though there's a time that is rushing toward you. And it is now that you've learnt the lessons with the Hierophant present, it's now time to take action. So it's okay to make those decisions while you're in the Hierophant energy, while you're in this Hermit energy, right? But now it's time to take action. So I feel like going forward, whenever that is for you, because we're not all in the same timelines, I feel like the Knight of Wands is telling me you're about to take some risks, and things are about to change quickly. So we do have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. And when the Queen of Swords in the reverse, she just really doesn't care how you feel about the situation. The Queen of Swords in the reverse can be really, really harsh. It can be using, maybe you're just going to ghost. Maybe you're just going to cut some people out, take them off the list, block them from your phone. It feels like you're going to be taking some really pointed and deliberate steps to bring peace into your life. I feel like what you're doing is you have decided you need boundaries. It feels like I need boundaries from the people who are putting me in the Five of Cups. The people who are making me feel terrible about making the decisions that are best for me. Because there are some people who are benefiting from your life, Aries, and they aren't necessarily people who are who really care if you have what you need or not. So I feel like what you're doing is, I feel like coming up soon, which is the 14th, the full moon eclipse. Like, look, I feel like this Queen of Swords is showing up in the reverse because of the eclipse. The eclipse is, that's it. I've reached the place where I'm even going to be nice with you anymore. Go away, get out of my house. Like, it feels like it's done and it's over. And I feel like you're putting up these boundaries. It's like these boundaries are incoming. And I feel like they're incoming based on what goes on with the conversation with the Queen of Swords in reverse. The Queen of Swords doesn't give a shit, honestly. And I think that's the energy that you're in right now. Tell me about this. Tell me about this Wheel of Fortune, because I really feel like some sort of big money, big material wealth, big health change, something is going to be different about where you live or how you make your money, or you're going to get more clients, or you're opening a business and it's going to be off the chain. You are now literally being let go of at the end of the month. I feel like this Venus energy here is going to stop dredging things up from the bottom, and you are going to start eclipsing things from your life. We do have the Eight of Pentacles, we do have the Devil energy, and the Nine of Cups. So it does feel like what you're doing is you're breaking the bonds. You're breaking this codependent energy. So people that have been in your life only to benefit themselves, people who only show up when they need something, whether it's moral support or money or whatever it is, the Devil energy is here. And so the Eight of Pentacles is also here. I feel like you're also going to be cleaning up your business ventures. Like you're not going to be doing business with certain people. And maybe you're just not going to. It feels like with the Eight of Pentacles and the Devil energy, I'm just going to give you an example. It feels like, no, I'm not doing business as an influencer. I'm not doing business with businesses because I own my business and I don't want to be answering to anyone else. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting here. So maybe you're maybe you're going to buy out a partner. Maybe with this money that shows up, maybe you're going to buy out a partner and just take it on all by yourself. The Nine of Cups, look, the Nine of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles are with the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know if you've been reading tarot long enough with me, but that's like craziness. That's like letting go, breaking ties. That is amazing energy. That is, it's having a little bit of anxiety in the chest as I do it, but I know that it's going to end up in the Nine of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. It's going to end up working out the best for me. Tell me about this Five of Cups. Why is the Five of Cups here? The thing is I feel like you will have some points at which you're closing doors and deciding who really is your small group of people you can trust. And I feel like the Five of Cups is from that, because I feel like you're learning lessons, or the sun is shining on something here. Realizations, I want to say. Who is not for you. Yeah, there's some people you're going to have to step through the new door, right? Once you close this chapter, you open a new one, and it's a new stable chapter. And I feel like this Five of Cups is coming from, regrettably so. I regret to inform you that you're no longer part of my community. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like that sort of energy. So I feel like there's a big shift coming, which is Temperance energy, but it is healing energy, but it's also moment of alchemy energy. It's like you've been thinking about doing this in the Hermit energy, and now it's time to take action and actually do it. now's the time. But please don't force it. You'll know. You'll feel the shift of energy when Temperance is here, but it also is about things all coming together and in a moment of, this is the only moment that it can be done. So I feel like you'll know that moment. You'll feel that shift. Yep, that's what it is, exactly. So you'll feel that shift with the Three of Cups and the Page of Swords. You're going to start investigating this group that you're in here. You're going to spend more time sitting back and watching than you are talking. I feel like you're going to be sitting back in a group of people watching how they interact with you, how they interact with each other, and I feel like you will start to make your cuts accordingly. And this energy of the Temperance is going to tell you when it's time to do that. I feel like the people that you're keeping in your circle are the absolute stars. The ones that you know you can trust, the ones who you're connected to in a very spiritual way, the incredibly intelligent ones, the ones who can go back and forth from being healed and doing their manifestations to being head over heart, right? This is Aquarius energy. We can't forget. But it does feel like you're going to sit back and watch. And then, oh boy, look at that. Getting ready to swing the sword. And then you're going to start to swing the sword. And you're going to have to be in this Queen of Swords energy to get through it. Because there's going to be people who are going to come up against you and start arguing with you. But I feel like you're going at it like Gemini here. And you're going to be like, I'm swinging the last sword. It's up to me. So I feel like you are really, wow, okay? Wowzers, wow. Right, let's just look at this. We got the Ten of Swords. We got the Tower, and we have this, you can see that this brave person here is ready to swing the sword. I'm ready just to give it to you like it is. I'm just going to say, you know what? I don't think we have we have the same point of view anymore, and to the point where I'm uncomfortable in your presence, so I just don't think we should speak to each other anymore. It feels like you're releasing some things. And I feel like it's the people who have betrayed you, because I feel like you're sitting back in a group of people here wondering, what do I do next? Where does it go next? But I know that you have to make cuts. It does feel like you will be making cuts with this Tower, boy. Oh boy, somebody is going to be going through absolute renovation of their life. As things are becoming more clear and abundant for you, you're raising the sword and saying, I got something to say. Y'all better listen. Yeah, it's in an effort for this, right? It's in an effort for you're building your next chapter is the Ten of Cups, I feel. And so that's what you're preparing the groundwork to live in your Ten of Cups, Aries. Whew, that's a lot of energy, friend. I didn't think you were going to punch me that hard. All right, Aries, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. Thanks for coming out. And I hope you'll be back, because I'm going to be back as well. And take care. Be well. Bye-bye.